Here is where we talk about your interests. What are your interests when it comes to game design? And just so you know, I filled it out too. I'm right. Again, every step that I ask you to take, I'll be taking that in designing this next game, which I'm going to do with you, but also in learning game design better. Because when I teach it to you, I'm actually learning it as well. So let me go through this really fast. Okay, what are your interests? Okay, the first one, it talks about what topic are you most interested in? The examples are zombies, space travel, money. Now, for me, I'm interested in money, finance, business, real estate, and possibly wars. So, like Risk. I'm really interested in those kind of games. How long do you like your games and why? I'd say probably about 1 to 2 hours. Going more than that, and you either lose track of, you get bored, or you're gonna have to put it away and come back to it later on. And I'm not the type of person that wants to come back and forth, always trying to work with that. Okay, do you like complex games? Yeah, I like medium complexity. Now, there's some books out there, or there's some games out there that actually have to write books on their rules because there's so much information on it. Magic the Gathering, Dungeons and Dragons. There are books you can literally read, and I'm not the type of person that really likes reading, especially long, like textbooks or rules. That's not my interest. I'd rather have a short yet complex game to play. Now, the next one says, do you play different types of games? What medium? Now, by medium, it's like what material? Material. So in here, I say more card and board games. The reason why I stay away from video games is because I was a past addict of video games, and I don't want to go there anymore. So I don't actually design video games. And if we end up designing video games, I'll probably give it to someone else. The developing is not that bad, but it's the fact of that's the past that I was at, and I don't want to be there again, and I don't want to bring other people in there because video games are very addicting. I've had plenty of people in my life who have destroyed their lives because of video games, and a lot of people that haven't. If you don't have an addictive nature like that, it's not going to affect you. But I did, so I don't do it anymore. Anyways, number 5, how much interaction do you want with your opponent? I said, I want to race them. I want to be the fastest one to $1 million or the fastest one to do something. And then I want to be able to banter a lot. I want to hype them up. I want to make them think certain things and not boast, but get them riled up. So number 6, how complex and how long do you want the rules to be? Again, I'd rather have it 1 to 2 pages. I don't want a book. I also don't want it so short that you can't really understand how to play the game. And Historical Conquest, you know that the first edition that came out was a single card rule sheet. That was not enough information. We learned it fast, so we were able to change it. Okay, so next was number 7. When would you play, and would you play the game if it took many days? I said I'd play at social gatherings at my house or a friend's house, but I'd want it to end in one sitting. So I don't want it to drag on forever, especially if it's a friend's house. Maybe if it's between me and my kids, those are fun when you can leave it on the table, come back to it later on. But if it's friends and such, it's going to be a hard time, a long time before you can get those friends back. And sometimes you might be able to get 2 of the 3 friends back. It just makes it more difficult. So one sitting, perfect for me. Next one, 8. Where would you play the game? Again, it would be home or a friend's house. And again, if it's going to be a long drawn out game, then it has to be at my house, and it has to be with my kids, people that live in my house. If it's at a friend's house, then it's probably one sitting. And then how often would you play? Or how often do you play? And how often would you play? Then I said weekly or monthly, depending on when I can get my friends together. So that is the portion on my interests.